This is episode 5 of PLMin10. Today we're going to be looking at the fundamentals of SAP Portfolio and Project Management. We're going to be doing this in parts. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the structure of the product portfolio. There's a lot of other functionality within PPM that we'll cover in later episodes. From portfolio standpoint, which we're looking at right now, it gives portfolio managers visibility into the full visibility to all current and proposed product development projects. It allows them to align product development with portfolio strategy, and it enables KPI decision making. So basically, the winning ideas, the most profitable ideas, will get moved through to product development and ultimately to manufacturing into the market. Whereas those projects or ideas that show risk or are not measuring up to KPIs as established can either be abandoned at that point before there's too many R&D dollars dumped into them, or they can be rethought and proposed again for development. So it keeps product development aligned with business strategy. Just to cover quickly what else is within PPM, that's the high-level view. On the execution level, there's project management features. This is to the task, phase, milestone level for project managers to keep those product development projects on track. There's also resource management functionality to make sure that those projects are adequately and optimally staffed. And then there's also the admin component, again, the structures, the classifications, templates, user groups, and things like that. But as I said, today we're going to be talking about portfolio management, and specifically the basic fundamental structure of a portfolio. And in PPM, that starts with the portfolio item. Portfolio item is the building block of the product portfolio. And as you can see in our system, we have categories types, and that can be anything from a concept. Perhaps it's an idea that came in from SAP Innovation Management, which can be for a new product. It could be for something like a targeted cost reduction within a product line. We have another type, which is a proposal. So for instance, an idea comes in as and turns into a concept for a new product. We put some performance and financials around it, and we want to move that into a proposal for everyone to review and decide, hey, is this product moving forward, or is it not going to move forward in product development? Then we also have another type here that is actually products in product development. So you can see your initial view, you get key red light, green light on roll-up information around budget status, scheduling status, and staffing. And it's important to note here that our demo system isn't deep or rich with data. In a larger organization, there will be a number of staggering amount of items that a portfolio manager might be working with. So it's key to be able to develop customization and views to get at the data they need. So you can create your own views that list strictly the NPD projects, or you can look at all the items at once. Other functionality for exporting, reporting, looking at multiple projects. There's built-in filters around active items, active proposals, escalations, and the like. In addition, there is the ability to do custom filtering or search filtering. So you can get right to the data that you need. And again, you can even filter on critical information like that. So that's the baseline of, the item is the building block for the portfolio. And you can see the portfolio we're working is a Linx-AS skin, hair, and health solutions. So it's great to have a lot of items, but how do we structure those and align those with how we're going to market and what our product categories are? For that, we go into the product structure, the portfolio structure. So items within PPM reside in buckets. So we put those items as we create them in specific buckets. Now this is a flat view, of buckets, and you'll know what I mean by this when we move to the bucket structure. But you can see that there's some baseline data set up around what our buckets are within this portfolio that we've developed. So we have automotive, delivery systems, hand sanitizers, soap, and shampoo, skincare, a lot of different types of buckets. To properly organize these buckets, we then put them into a bucket structure. So this starts making a little bit more sense from a hierarchical standpoint. So automotive, we have these heavy-duty hand sanitizers and soaps used in the automotive industry, for example. In health systems, we have delivery systems. In skincare, we have cleansing, bathing, and moisturizers. So here you get the idea. We create items. Well, our structure, we have a bucket structure. Those buckets break down into other categories, and then items can be placed within those for managing innovation and measuring innovation performance. Just to give you an idea, you can manage multiple portfolios. Just switching over to a food portfolio here, you'll see now we have Linx-AS food portfolio and the breakdown here, and you'll notice that we actually go down even another tier within the bucket structure. So again, it's flexible for organizations to design the right portfolio structure for their business. Just switching back to our other portfolio. Visual way to navigate through the portfolio structure. So you can see here that the portfolio is actually broken down. Just as you saw in the previous one, you can actually work within the visual structure. So we can go right to items and initiatives, for example. Okay. So I'm going to go to the previous view of the bucket structure. And I want to take a look at health systems. So here you see baseline header information. And then we look at the items within the bucket for delivery systems. So we have a number of items here. So I'm going to talk briefly now about initiatives. That's almost a whole nother session. But just to give you an idea how you can set up a structure within your portfolio and then run initiatives, targeted innovations within that structure. So for instance, within this bucket, we have a summer initiative. So if you can think of an initiative here in this sense, it's a development initiative. You can think of it as a development campaign. So if it would be fashion, perhaps you design towards a coming trend. If you're in food, perhaps it's a dietary target that you're going to be doing innovation around. So you can see here that we've started this initiative. The initiative itself has the items assigned to it and its own timeline. So there's an idea how you can build process and initiatives within the portfolio management of the organization. So lastly, back to my delivery systems. I just want to show from a portfolio manager standpoint, we can see here that we have some items that we have scheduling problems. So that visibility to the portfolio manager can actually go into that item. I just want to show the integration here with the project execution side. So here we have the header information for the item. It's properly staffed, as we saw in the initial view, but we are critically behind schedule. Directly from the item, you can then go into the actual project plan for the development. And you can see within that, we'll move to the Gantt chart here. So the project manager can actually go into the project, see where we're having the critical problems from a scheduling standpoint. So that gives top-down visibility into product development. That was a quick look at PPM and how you can structure your product portfolio for strategic innovation. We just scratched the surface. We didn't even get into any of the reporting that's available, but that'll be for future episodes. So hopefully this was helpful.